This video is designed to briefly familiarise users with the Imported Movements form and the general steps taken to reconcile a supplier bill. The Imported Movements form lists all records for which an exact match with our existing records was not identified by 2IC palettes during the import data process. The form has two halves. The bottom half lists all of the existing movements. The top half lists the imported movements or the invoice exceptions. The basic process of reconciliation involves searching for an imported movement's corresponding existing movement and, if found, deciding which is right or wrong, our data or the data that appeared on the invoice. Most discrepancies that we will find in the imported movements form are covered by four simple scenarios. 1. We have the corresponding existing movement, but our details don't match the details on the invoice. The invoice details are correct though, and so we match and update. 2. We have the corresponding existing movement, but our details don't match the details on the invoice. We are confident our data is accurate, and so we match and correct. 3. We don't have the corresponding existing movement, but we agree that the invoice is right with regard to it being a genuine transaction, so we accept. 4. We don't have the corresponding existing movement, and we are confident the transaction is not genuine, so we reject. A bill is fully reconciled when the unreconciled quantity on and the unreconciled quantity off columns, visible here in the drop-down list, are clear. As imported movements are matched with existing movements, accepted as completely new movements, or rejected outright, the figures in both columns will begin to clear out. Further along is the import codes column. Double-clicking in this cell will bring up an explanation of why the record is appearing as an exception in the imported movements form. This one, for example, is because it has one or more non-matching core fields. Along the left-hand side of the screen are the key fields which may be used for filtering the existing movements below. Filtering is the easiest way to search for the corresponding existing movement. Filtering is performed by clicking on one or more of these boxes. The docket number is often a unique field, so it's the best place to start when searching for corresponding existing movements. Records can be worked through one by one, but clicking on Tag All will identify all imported movements with an identical docket number match to an existing movement. Where there is a match, a tick will be displayed in the Tag checkbox. Currently, the records are listed in date order, but we can choose to sort by any of the fields we have visible on the screen. The second filter contains various special filters that can be used to narrow down the number of records visible in the imported movements at any one time. For example, we can filter on one particular trading partner, by a transaction type, or by all tagged records. There are a number of ways to work with imported movements to reconcile a bill. Where there are few imported movements, we may choose to simply work from top to bottom. Our recommended strategy when there are many exceptions, however, is proposed in the list of special filters in the second filter box. The general idea is that we clear out the easiest exceptions first so that we are eventually left with the most difficult exceptions, namely missing dockets. Whatever strategy is employed to work through the imported movements, it is really important to exhaust all match options with existing movements before a transaction is accepted or rejected. In this way, duplicate movements are avoided and only genuine, non-processed transfers will remain in the data file for future investigation.